This is Light and Bone Tarot, and I am doing a reading for you entitled, Do They Deserve You? Actually, I'll be doing 4 readings, so we have 4 pictures that I want you to look at and just feel which picture, which caption, whatever it is that speaks to you. I believe that's the picture you're supposed to be read for, and yeah, let's get started. So we've got life, light, heat, and beaming. And I've been trying to connect the picture with the words, but it doesn't always go that well. But I do think that the reading is probably really where it's at for you. So let's see. Okay. Hello, and thank you so much. If you picked life, we are going to get right into your reading. So here it goes. We want to know, do they deserve you? That's a big question. Okay. Let's find out who they are. I want to know who they are. And I'm going to do this a little differently here. Okay. So let's see who they are. I'm going to do 1 oracle, and then I'm going to do 2 tarot on each side, and have not gotten the devil for this deck yet, so that's exciting. Okay, I'm going to say we're flanking by follow through. Follow through is the oracle card, and let's see here. Let's take a look at this and see how we want to interpret this. 2 majors, and then we've got cups on the outside. I don't mind the 9 of Cups. I mean, I quite like the 9 of Cups. That's a great card. The Devil's interesting and could be read maybe exactly that way. The World definitely has some positive points. And then the 4 of Cups, in a nutshell, we can just go ahead and call that one apathy. So this man, or sorry, this individual, this person, I don't know if it's a man or a boy or a woman or a child, or not child, but you know what I mean. Sorry, okay. I think if I looked at this and I thought, do they deserve you? If I had to take just this first line of cards, I guess the question to me lies in, do they follow through or do they not follow through? And I think they do follow through, actually. And I think if I start with the 9 of Cups here, and I look at this like kind of wish card, if you will, this is a card that, I don't know, people like to see. It can mean so many things. It can mean, there can be an excess, or like, oh my goodness, I can't talk. This card can mean that someone's placing an emphasis on on wanting things, maybe even material possessions, or maybe being happy or consumed with a happiness that has to do around like a more superficial want or need. But it does turn into, after this, we have the marriage. So you could almost assume that this is good. The Devil, I don't think the Devil is really ever good unless it's in reverse. But the Devil is, I mean, it's a fiery card, and I'm sorry, I'm really just trying to get a picture of who this person is, and then I swear this reading will like start to get a little momentum here. I think that this person does a pretty good job. This is how I'm going to read this. I think they're sneaky. I think they do a very good job of disguising who they are by acting like they really care and that they, can offer bright and shiny things, or that they have this kind of allure to them. Or I just think they do have an allure to them. And I think that sort of charm, that almost superficial-esque charm, can really kind of mask the fact that they might be a little more sneaky than I want them to be. And here for apathy and the world, The World is a pretty good card in that, like, to me, it's completion, it's accomplishments, it's a bit of a karmic cycle, it's things ending, things beginning. It's kind of like, it almost reminds me of that saying, like, everything's right in the world. Like, everything's just kind of as it should be, for good, bad, or otherwise. It's happening, so it's how it should be happening, because it is happening. But that can be, if you look at things that way, you could be almost slightly apathetic. Like, you could become somewhat jaded if you took on a little bit of that energy. And then when we put follow through in the middle of this, I think that this person, I'm not going to say at their core, but I do think that they have some, and by demons, I'll use that word loosely. I don't know that they're a demonic person or if they're just problematic, which, can be, that's fine. They don't have to be a horrible person with feet on fire. Oh my gosh, this tea tastes so good. I'm going to say I think this person's problematic, and that's really what I get out of them. And as far as follow through goes, I think they follow through on things that they want. I think they're very good at seeing cycles, and this is kind of like a cycle here, and this reminds me of the wheel. So yes, I think they're very good at achieving what they want and getting the things that serve them. But in general, they might be a little emotionally numb. I don't think that they are I don't think they're an emotionally evolved person. And if we do have two emotions here, we've got two majors and two emotions, and the two emotions are the cup cards. Although this could be a pleasing cup card in this read, I don't necessarily think that it is. I think it's like, it's almost that false, it's that emphasis on something, like they'll use something bright and shiny to make people happy. It's not really them, and that's bringing, that you're really falling for. You're almost falling for this, like, this golden facade that isn't quite them. And then on this side, we've got cups, which are, more emotion, and yet it's kind of like the lack thereof, that lack of emotion, that void. So I don't see this person as having a lot of emotional depth, although they very well may act like they do, and they may be very good at kind of painting this picture of themselves that they are quite deep and introspective, and they've, have all these layers, and they've been through all these things. But really, I see them as more simple and more kind of basic, really, at the core. I don't know that they're a bad person, although I think that when I say problematic, I really do mean it. I think that this person could probably bring a little more headache or trouble to you than you probably want to deal with. So based off this first line, if I have to say if they deserve you, it goes no, they don't. But we'll see. And again, deserve is one of those words that, who deserves anyone, really? So that's a funny word. I should replace deserve with, like, are they worth a fraction of your time? This person might be worth a fraction of your time. I don't know if they deserve you, but we won't overanalyze the word deserve. Why? Okay, so I want to know why you're even asking about this person. Why are you asking about this person? Why them? We'll find out a little bit. So, obviously the Lovers, that's interesting. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, 5 of Wands. So, why are you asking about this person? Well, I'm going to say I think you're conflicted, because I really do think, and there's really, some cards, when you put them together, it's so obvious. This to me is so obvious that when you guys were together, you felt like the Lovers, and you really thought, and I'm going off the 10 of Pentacles, that you thought this was your person. You thought this was the person you were going to probably start a family with, make a home life with, just go further in any relationship that you ever have or that you have in a while. I really think that that's the impact this person had on you. And I try not to read the cards so literally, but when they come at me like that, it's like, that's all I get out of this. And that's direct. And I'm going to take this card which is very simply a conflict card. And I'm going to say that you're probably conflicted because you probably feel this top line energy from them, and yet you feel so drawn to them because you felt like a tremendous couple. And when you were together, you might have, for all intents and purposes, been a great couple, you know, in how you, maybe not behind closed doors, or maybe not if there was any like deceit happening or whatever, but like you probably, you know, if you were out in public, or if you had friends over, or you were at friends' houses or whatever, you guys probably looked like an ideal couple, and it really felt that way. And maybe even your conversations did go in that Ten of Pentacles direction, which is kind of what the emotional, shiny object person would do. They would toy with your emotions and like dangle a carrot and make you think that this is where this relationship's going. So I really do feel that right now, again, I'm going to say I don't think this person deserved you. That doesn't mean I don't want these readings to ever, like, I don't want you to come here because you care about someone and you want validation, and then I just, you know, ruin it for you. That's not the point. I think it's just more of like, you know, just take this and take it with a grain of salt, or at least this is a tool that if you do think they deserve you, or you want them to deserve you, you can just keep this in mind and approach how you guys are going to interact from here on out. Just keep this in your back pocket. But yeah, I think you wanted something from this person that they did not give you. They may not ever be capable of giving you. I'm not sure or not. And as far as follow through, I think they're pretty consistent with being this person up here. I don't know that you've seen much else from them. Okay, let's get an idea. We know what you see in them. I want to know a little bit about you. I'm gonna pull 2 oracle cards for you, and then I'm gonna build down. Let's get a little bit about you. And these oracle cards are sometimes like overly sweet, which I find very irritating. But I try to always find the dark side of things. I tend to do that. I don't even mean to, and it just always happens. Okay, so a little bit about you. Overthinking can spoil the magic. The distraction of shiny things. That's really funny. I'm fairly new to this oracle deck, and I've never pulled this card before, so it is very funny. And I haven't even said shiny things in a reading like ever. So I don't know if it's not that it should impress you. It's interesting. Okay, so this reading about you became a little bit about you and them, which is fine. But yes, I do think this person distracted you with shiny things. And if you're here and this tracks, I do think this message is meant for you, because there's something very, very consistent about it. So yeah, do what you will with that. This absolutely speaks for itself. And now I'm going to use the term shiny things all the time, but this really had a moment here in this place. And then overthinking can spoil the magic. Well, I think that maybe when you were in this relationship, you did reach a point where you had to overthink things, and it probably did start to taint things. And that's a little bit of the conflict. You know, this has been creeping on, and you've felt this, I don't know, this like icky feeling where you're like, oh my gosh, this might not be as ideal as I want it to be, or as I think it is. This person might not be who I think they are. I'm not sure what you see in them. Actually, I'd like to know that, because I don't know I know you're drawn to them, and I know you saw the hope of really having, so actually I know what you felt in the relationship, but maybe them as a person. How do you see them as a person? I just want to know how you see them as a person, because you might think they're like a wonderful person, and maybe they're better than I'm giving them a chance at being right now. Okay, Justice, Daughter of Wands, Son of Pentacles. So we've got obviously a flanking here, which I always pay attention to. So Justice is, in this case, because it's flanked by 2 court cards, I'm almost going to look at it as like, again, like a balance. And for Justice, what do you like about this person? So I do think it's funny. And I mean, I say this in a lot of my readings, like I know this person and I do know this person. I know him from my own personal life and I know him from my friends' lives. I know that like it's the same story that plays out in so many, I don't know, usually women who fall for men who make them think one thing and then you run with it. And but I think what you like about him is I do think you have him on a bit of a pedestal. I think you when I see justice here, it's like I think that you want him to be this very good person. Like you have justified things that maybe, or if you've seen red flags, you've ignored them, or if you've seen behavior that's kind of like not really what you would have liked, you justify it by saying, I think he's a really good guy. I think at the core, he's very good. I think he's actually a very fair, honest person. I think maybe he's been through a lot and he's trying to be better. So maybe now he's like, really trying to get into that Son of Pentacles energy, which is like, he's trying to slow down. Excuse me. He's trying to slow down. He's trying to, be more kind. He's trying to connect with nature more. Like all these things that he's kind of trying to do. I think you're giving him a lot more praise than he's worth. And the Daughter of Wands, I somehow see you as the Daughter of Wands, or I see someone else, not necessarily him as the Daughter of Wands. He might be a father, and that might really appeal to you. You might like who he is as a father, or he might, I mean, it's different, but he might have animals or an animal that he's like incredibly kind and loving to, or a mother or a sister. I just feel like there's someone in his life, a living, breathing thing that he cares for in a way that makes you think like, oh, but he really is good, and this is why. So I'm gonna say that whoever that living, breathing thing is, that's what I see as the Daughter of Wands. And I think that person or that animal, it needs him. There's a need here, like that, whoever that creature is, that entity that needs him, I think they're a little ever so slightly dependent. I think they might be a little careless or reckless on their own, or maybe they rely on him for money or structure, or maybe they call him all the time with problems. I don't know, but I get that feeling. And I think this really, really drew you in and kind of like derailed anything about him that maybe wasn't good. You're like, but oh my gosh, the way he is with this person, or I don't know, maybe he cares for sick horses or something. Like that's extreme. I really think it's a person, but I'm just trying to make this, if all this tracked and then I said that, and I don't want it to go off the rails for you just because of that. Yes, so you gave this person a lot of credit. And with justice, it's like there's that, it's almost like you did decide, no, they are fair, they are good, they are a balanced person who does the right thing. And you just painted them with that brush because of, and then you see them doing a little work on themselves and slowing things down. Maybe, the Son of Pentacles is it's a great card. It's a younger energy in that like most older successful people have matured from being the Son of Pentacles to the Queen or the King. But if you're the Son of Pentacles and you're not, say, 20, it means that you're starting over in a way. You're starting fresh with something. It doesn't have to be a new career, although it could be. It could just be like, I really need to get back to my roots. I really need to figure out who I am. I'm going to slow down and pause this one part of my life and focus on this part of my growth. That's kind of how I can see this card playing out. And if you're watching someone who can be pretty difficult to deal with up here, and just also manipulative in a maybe a charming kind of way, to make you think one thing was playing out and really that wasn't. Okay. Going back to, do they deserve you? I don't know if they deserve you because I don't even know what they want. That's a great question. What do they want? I just keep thinking of the word problematic when I think of this person. I don't necessarily think they're the devil. And you know, they might really, you might be right about this last line here. They might be very good. I'm not saying this isn't them in this last line. This is just what you like about them. It might be real. They might be more really this person, or more accurately this person, than they are this. Maybe this person up here is their facade for dealing with some hard things that they have going on that might kind of present themselves down here. So I don't actually know. And if that's the case, then then that could flip this whole reading upside down, but that would have to be a pretty strong case. But I like how there are options, but this is you creating this narrative down here. I don't know that they're this person. But yeah, let's get an idea of who they are. So who are they? I'm going to turn over. I like the Oracle cards for the color, but I like the colors. And they've got, this was, oh God, we're not going to top that. But see, they are doing this. They are manipulative. They know that they have a certain talent and that they can play a certain card, so to speak, and make some. They can be successful doing things that I don't think you would do. I don't think you would resort to some of these tactics that they've displayed. Okay, I said like half an hour ago. I'm going to ask who they are. Okay, yeah, I want to know what's good about this person. Okay, what's good about this person? That's what I want to know. Okay. Seven of Cups, Father of Wands. Well, don't let the snake deter you. That actually means to me, this is like the Father of Wands is, again, I would say they're very charismatic, very passionate. It tracks with this energy up here 100%. But they are also very protective, and they do have like that home and that family that they're going to fiercely protect. So it also tracks with if they are caring for someone. Yes. So this is like a amplified version of the good you would see in them. I like that. Okay. I can get behind that. And they probably have this would also lead me to believe they have a little more depth. This last line here, because this is what you see in them, also makes me think they have a little more depth. So I'm going to give them more credit than I gave them before. The Seven of Cups is a card of like illusions, basically. This is a card to say that like what you think you're seeing or feeling isn't real. You're only feeling it because it looks like something you should feel, but you don't feel it. Or it's a card to say every cup is like representative of one of the deadly sins, and there are no good options here. You're just kind of left to feel a bunch of things that, I don't know, I'm not helping, but let's just say it's not a great card. But if we have to say what's good about him, I think maybe he has had a pretty rough life, or maybe he's been through a lot emotionally, physically, mentally, even though we don't have any swords up here. We have an air energy here. But okay, maybe he's been through a lot. And maybe he really is a little bit like a chameleon. And this up here might be a protective mechanism for him more than anything. And this might be more genuine, and only you get to see that, or a few people get to see that. If we're saying what we like about him, I do think he's very protective. But this card, I think it's more what you like about him versus what's great about him. I think this is a card to say this is what draws you to him, because this is like, there's something very mysterious and alluring about this energy in this card. And I get that this person would have that because they know how to play on this, like this is like, it's kind of like the triple threat. This is the card of someone who's like good looking, talented, funny, and I don't know, has a good job. Like this is the card of like, oh, look at me. What do you want? Is it this? Is it this? I've got this. So this to me is more of like, yes, I get why you're attracted to them and further pulled in by them. But this to me is the card of like, no, this is solid. That doesn't mean this is someone who deserves you. It just means that they aren't a total piece of shit. Let's say they're not. I think they have a little history. I could, give them some other words, but I'm not going to. So let's ask Spirit if they deserve you. Okay. I mean, she's not going to say yes or no. That's not how it works. And I don't even have the skill to read a reading to say yes or no necessarily. But I'm going to put down one oracle card and one tarot card, and that's going to tell us if Spirit thinks they deserve you. Okay. If they're deserving of you. It's such a weird choice of words. I'm sorry for it. Okay, I'm going to put down this oracle card, which I see all the time come up, and I don't even understand what it means. I need to look it up. Okay, we've got Create Alchemy, and then we've got the Six of Cups. With Create Alchemy, I have given it a meaning of like, basically make your own magic. Create what you need, create it like a musician. And then the Six of Cups to me is like, I call it the Simple Pleasures card. And we've got some cups in this reading. There are definitely some cups here. The Six of Cups is like, to me, almost the opposite, which is interesting, of the Four of Cups. Whereas this is like apathetic, can't find joy in things. This to me is like finding joy in something so simple. It's a very beautiful card, and it would show that whoever this person is, has matured beyond this weird, icky, apathetic state they were in. They experienced a little loss, and now they're kind of like forced to see things differently and maybe a little more appreciative. So if we ask Spirit, do they deserve you? And they showed us the Six of Cups, or they, she, him, and we got Create Alchemy and the Six of Cups. I'm trying to think what the message is here. I think the message is, if they make you happy and this is what you want, then you can have it. Okay? Because to me, Create Alchemy is like, there's a power here, there's a magic, you have the control, this is in your hands to manipulate and do what you want with. And when I think of alchemy, I think of different elements that can create other different elements and create reactions that weren't there. And I just think of chemistry, okay? That's from here on out. I just need to say chemistry. I've explained this card in so many words and never once used the word chemistry. And I do think that this is a card that, yes, you could be happy. But I don't know that means, do they deserve you? They would have to find some happiness, some simple pleasure, some happiness within themselves, if they were to deserve you. And you would have to really be in control of the situation. That's a weird takeaway. I'm sorry for it, because I just can't say if they deserved you based on this, because this is a happy card, though. It might not look like it, but we've got some colors here. This is a good card. Based on this whole reading, what I'm getting out of it isn't so much if they deserve you or not, it's if they're going to make you happy. And I will say maybe you guys could find some happiness, but you would have to get away from this Nine of Cups energy, which is like a false happiness. It's like a false narrative of how everything's great and amazing, the distraction of shiny things. And you would really have to find a very simple way to be happy together. Like if you guys were out spending a lot of money, going to fancy dinners, doing expensive drugs, I don't know, whatever it is, I don't know. I mean, I just threw that out there as kind of a joke, but it paints a picture of like just living this life where maybe it looks like it's kind of gilded. I think that instead there would have to be like a toning down, a stripping down of the relationship. And I think you could find some happiness there. Okay, so we don't know if they deserve you or not, but if you wanted to give it a shot, it might take that. Okay, this was kind of a long reading, I feel like. Thank you very much for listening. If you got anything out of it, if it meant anything to you, please let me know. It makes me very happy to know that. So I'll just say goodbye and thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, this is Light and Bone Tarot, and I do want to thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. This is a reading for Do They Deserve You, which I probably over-explained in the last round, which you probably didn't hear, that I think deserve is a funny word, but I'll go ahead and play with it. But it's really going to turn into, I think, would they make you happy, which is probably a reading I'll do in a couple days anyway. But we'll just stick with deserve. Like, have they been so bad that, you know... Okay, and if you're here, you picked the card Light, or the picture Light. So something about that kind of spoke to you, and then that would mean that this is the reading for you. So I'm glad you're here. Okay, I did something a little differently. It took me a while to get into it, but I'm going to stick with that. So I wanted to get a snapshot of your person that you're inquiring about, and just who they are, why I want to see them with some depth. Okay, so I turned over an oracle card in the middle, and then I'm flanking it as such. And okay, your past supports your future. That is not at all cryptic. It's very direct. I love it if it's good. Okay. Father of Wands, Daughter of Wands. This was not upside down. Six of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Okay, this always takes me a moment. So, your past supports your future. Okay. I don't get any bad energy from this person. In fact, I think that they are probably, again, when I say good, I don't obviously know them. So, you know, let's take everything I say with a grain of salt. But there's something I'm feeling about them where I think they're very intentional, and I do think they're good. And I'm basing that mainly off of the Six of Pentacles, which is a card of like, charity, giving, caring, sharing. It's a nice card. It's a nice energy. They could have gotten there because they were totally opposite at one time, and maybe were forced to become this way. So, but I still think that it's a very nice card. And then I'm going to take your past supports your future, as in they do actively try to live in a, with a slightly karmic thought. And then with Father of Wands, these both came up in the last reading. And I just feel like this is a very protective, passionate person to me. It's also someone who I think has like I don't want to say vision, although that's a word you can give this card, but almost like someone who would be a little more spiritually tapped in, someone who could like feel things, and just, like have an intuition of like what to do, how to live their life, what the right thing to do is. And with the choice, I think there's contemplation here, as in, I think they're very thoughtful. I think that they're weighing options, wanting to do the right thing. And Daughter of Wands, they probably care for people, as in maybe they are caring for a child, a loved one of some sort. Maybe they have animals that they really love. And that's just the reading I get from this person on the top line. And the thing is, like, there is something from this top line that makes me think this is a good-hearted person and someone who works to be this way. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if they don't work to be this way, if they are good, but I think there's like an intentional, maybe they weren't always this way, let's put it that way. So they're trying to deserve, and they want to be more deserving of the things in their life, and you could be one of them. So from this top line, I would say yes, they deserve you, because I'm getting the vibe that they are good in trying to be that way. Let me find out. I want to know what you like about them. What do you see in them? Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Gosh, these court cards, it's like I have a love-hate with them. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Son of Swords, the Hermit. What do you love about them? When I see the Ace of Pentacles, it's a very positive, kind of almost exciting. It's the card of someone I think who's trying new things, who is trying to do something, and that can be trying to anything from trying to start a company to trying to make their home a better place. I just think it's this thought and energy given towards being a better person, making your home life better. I don't know, treating the earth better. Like it, and I'm getting that from just the vibe of this person. But, and I do think as a result of this, they are prospering, or they want to prosper. They're trying to do the right things so that they can prosper. In other words, like, you know, their home life isn't going to be falling apart because they know if that was the case, then they wouldn't be prosperous. They're not going to like dump bleach into the ocean because then they wouldn't be able to fish there. Like they're just, I think they are someone who really tries to keep this cycle that surrounds them, their home, their friends, their life, their health. I think they try to keep everything in check actively. And you like that. You really like that consciousness. You really like that about them. And for the Hermit, I don't think they're an overly, I'm going to take this pretty head on. I don't think they're like overly social. I don't think they're petty. I think this person is very much like unaffected. I think they are not surface, not trivial. I think they have a depth to them for sure. And if you're asking about them, I think you like them, and maybe you felt this depth. Maybe you felt that they really were. Maybe you're wondering, are they too good to be true? Are they really this good? Or maybe they did something recently to make you question. But all of this, even the Son of Swords is the most fun card up here as far as like what would make them, you know, edgy and fun, I guess we'll say. And this is the Son of Swords. So this would also like, in comes the like, this is their ego, you know, and that's fine. Everyone needs that. So they can't just be good and somewhat boring all the time. They have to have a little edge to them, and they do. So you are attracted to them. And this might be, you know, their younger side of them. If they did choose to live a more conscientious life, maybe this is still a little bit of the energy that's left over from before, where they were, you know, bad, not horrible, not like a convict, or I don't know, maybe they were. I don't know why I just said that. Not like being a convict's horrible. I'm sure there's a lot of really recovered great convicts out there. But, you know, that's the energy. That's what I'm talking about. Like maybe they have like nothing wrong with tattoos, but like a whole sleeve of tattoos from like when they were younger or something. And they're like, yeah, you know, I kind of regret it, but like, that's not me anymore. I don't know. But there's like a lingering hotness that you like about them. But yeah, they're deep, they're introspective. I don't feel like they're going to talk your ear off. I don't think they really want to be the life of the party. I don't even know that they really want to be seen all that much. They just want to do the right thing. They probably like when people acknowledge that they are doing the right thing. It's probably important to them, but they don't need that like outward showing. Yeah, okay. What do you guys have together? I want to know a little bit about what you guys have. So I'm going to put down 2 oracle cards because they're fun. And then I'm going to pull some tarot to see what's your connection all about. Because so far, yes, I think they deserve you for what it's worth. We're going to do 2 oracle cards about, what the hell was the question? Oh my God. What do you like? Wait, shit. What was the question? Not do they deserve you? Oh my God. Why do I do this? I say it out loud and I forget it 2 seconds later. Oh my God, I can't get it. It's like when you try to do math and you can't. It's like a part of your brain shuts down. Okay, I just have to come up with a new question and it might be the same one. So help me. We want to find out if they deserve you. I think that was the question. Jesus. Okay. I'm not losing my mind. I don't know why I tend to lose it when I do this. Okay. Do they deserve you? We've got 2 oracle cards, and I know that was the question now because I went on and on about deserve. Okay. Oh my God. Do they deserve you? Okay. Fearless expression. Lead your metamorphosis. So I'm just going to not look at these tarot cards for a second. If we're talking about, I do think they are, how I made the convict joke, which probably isn't funny at all. If anyone watching this is in love with a convict or is a convict, it's not funny. But it paints a picture of someone who is either rehabilitating, and that can be totally relative. You can be rehabilitating from like being a shitty neighbor to like committing a crime to worse or whatever. I don't know. But I do think that they are going through a very conscientious change. And that's great. I like that. I think they are actively trying to be a very good person. And with a fearless expression, I know this does make me think of tattoos. Actually, it makes me think of someone who really does not care how people judge them, because they know they're doing the right thing. And that probably isn't what many people would get out of this card, but these oracle cards, I think you can just, whatever comes to you, that's how I take these oracle cards. They're the message I'm inspired to read from Spirit for these cards, even if it doesn't track with what the booklet says. This is what I'm getting out of it. So, yes, I think they are unapologetically doing their thing, taking any corrective action if they have to, and just changing and doing them in a really beautiful, and I keep saying intentional, but it is, they are really trying. So yeah, I like this person, even with their little bit of their history or their past. I like them, and that gives them, color and edge and a story and a little grit, and great. Okay, so do they deserve you? That was the question. We've got Temperance, Mother of Cups, 6 of Cups. So to see the 6 of Cups and the Mother of Cups and then Temperance is a major card. Temperance, I'm going to say this is like internal healing, balance. This makes me think of anyone who's like ever battled addictions. Temperance is that like within yourself, strike your balance, do exactly what you need to do for you. This is like if you need to take from one celestial pool and add to another, if you need to think less and feel more, or vice versa. I just think Temperance is like, it's a self-regulation card. And I do absolutely think that this person is doing that. So that is a great trait. And then the Mother of Cups, if they're the Mother of Cups, and they very well may be man, woman, anything, then, or anyone, then I absolutely love that. I love that energy. It is very nurturing. It is someone who I think is actively trying to communicate, trying to talk, using their words, using their emotions, not bottling up emotions, and just wanting to get to know other people. It's someone who's like hungry for the knowledge and the mind and the workings of someone else. So I do think they deserve, I think they're great. This I'm going to take as a warning card. It's one of the only ones on the table, so there has to be one. But this would be a little bit of a warning, as maybe not everything is exactly as it seems, or there is kind of like, there's a layer below the surface. Like you're seeing a surface, and there's more to it. There's a bigger story. There's always more to it. But that doesn't mean that they're pretending to be good and they're actually bad. That's not what it means. It just means that I think there's a history. I think things aren't always going to be perfect. I think that's what it is. Or just remember that we are human and we have a full range of emotions and tendencies, and anyone can fuck up at any time. So I will take this as a warning card, but not a warning as in, I just already explained that. I don't need to explain it again, but just a heads up, just a like, hey, always, I don't know, always be smart. Just the fact that you're here asking, do they deserve me, is like, it's a nice thing. It's a way of you taking an action to protect yourself or see things from a different perspective. You're taking in another perspective. You're giving yourself a tool it's an analytical tool. That's what tarot is, and that's what you're here for. And I think that's smart. And this is kind of a card that speaks to that. Like, yeah, just keep your eyes open. Ask yourself regularly, is this the right person? You should all the time. Do they deserve you? But yes, I think they seem like they're on a path and they're sticking with it. And I think they seem very good. As far as light is the word associated to this, I mean, maybe they're really coming into the light. They're seeing the light. They're kind of being, bathed in light right now. I think they have turned themselves around actively, consciously, intentionally. So yeah, I think this is a very positive, and I think they're positive. I think you're dealing with a positive person. And again, who is probably very interesting and just interesting. And that's sexy. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I'm going to get from Spirit, we're going to get, before we end, a good luck charm, and then like a kind of like a heads up word of warning, but not like, not like major warning, just like a little like, hey, don't forget this. So good luck charm. I will bitch about this every single reading. The same GD Oracle cards come up every single time. This deck there's more cards. There's almost as many Oracle cards here as there are tarot cards. And yet I can't get rid of the same ones. I think I've pulled 10 of these cards in my life. I mean, 10 of the same cards. I've probably pulled this deck 50 times. I couldn't even tell you what the other cards are. I've never seen them. So with that, Sacred Mirror, look within, continue to look within. That's the good luck charm from Spirit. And I think just use all your faculty to assess the situation. I see all the earth signs, earth, water, air, fire, all the signs are there. Yeah, I think just really use all your tools and faculty to figure out, to assess situations. And balance is your word of warning, which is a great word of warning. Obviously, keep things in balance, keep things in check. I don't know, don't give this person more energy than you need to or should, or don't get too carried away. Because I think they have they're working through, they're going through a process. They have their own steps, and I don't necessarily mean 12 steps, although it could be, but they're following their own process. And I don't, you just want to make sure that you don't get too wrapped up in that your life and their direction is, you have your own lives. Even if you live together and get married and have 10 babies, like you're still, they're on their mission, they're whatever. You get what I'm saying. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to this reading. I think it was a great one. I like this person, and I think I like them for you, if they're as good as they appear on this reading. So great. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Have a great day or a great night. Bye. Hello, this is Light and Bone Tarot, and you are here listening to a reading for Do They Deserve You? And as I've said before in the other readings before this, deserve is a weird word. Every time I didn't think about it when I wrote it, but now that I say it out loud, I'm like, I don't know if deserve is the right word. But let's just say, are they someone that you should want to be with? And then, we're just going to say, do they deserve you? But, take that. Who's to say who deserves you? Okay, so I see this kind of like you're the sun, just beaming down on this person. And yeah, do they deserve the sun? Or should they be locked up in the house for the day? Okay, so I'm going to follow the suit that I did on my last couple of readings because it was interesting. Took me a minute to get into it, but once I did, it was pretty good. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna learn a little bit about them. I want to see who they are to figure out if they deserve you. Light in the unexpected. That's not bad. Not bad at all. That Seven of Cups, every reading, she's been here. None of these other cards, but that Seven of Cups. Because it's trickery. This is the reading for the trickery. Okay. Okay, if we're reading for that, we want to know a little bit about them. I like light and the unexpected. That makes me think that they're, you know, this is definitely a card of like, I did say trickery. It makes me think of like, you know, things might not be what they seem. There's a bit of an illusion. Nobody's perfect. People are flawed. And what we feel might not be the best thing to be feeling, or it might not lead to the best action if we're feeling that. So yes, this is a like, keep your eyes open and question what you see and what you feel. Light the unexpected. Daughter of Pentacles, very sweet card for Daughter of Pentacles. Ace of Cups, great. I think they're loving. I think there's a bit of intimacy here, like some warmth, someone who wants to feel, someone who really wants to like care about you and get to know you. And then the Four of Wands is also it's a card of like communion, community, coming together, celebration, just that sense of like, you know, arriving at a party and seeing everyone and having them give you a big hug. It's a great card. I like this person. I like them a lot. There's a lot of warmth coming off of this reading. A lot, actually. They are communicative. I mean, the Daughter of Pentacles is just, I feel like she's an angel. She's probably the sweetest one in the whole of all the court cards. She wants to do the right thing. She's focused. She's just determined, and she's good. And I just really, I have to like her a lot. And that's an energy that we say her with, but it can absolutely be a male. And if a male or a man is a Daughter of Pentacles, that energy is like, I think there's a tenderness, there's a sweet, almost like an innocence, but someone who enjoys building themselves, building their home, creating just kind of that home life. And I do think of work and prosperity, but that comes down the line with the Pentacles. This is the youngest energy. So it doesn't mean they can't also be the King of Pentacles, who is someone who's very successful, very driven, very determined. But this is that more earthy, earth-loving, just baby fawn energy. Yes, so dig it. I love this person so far. They're great. Light and the unexpected. I don't know what's unexpected. I don't know if they have like, if they look one way and act another. They might have like a gruff nature to them. They might, I don't know. I just think that, or maybe this person is someone that you never generally would have dated. Maybe they aren't, or they didn't feel like your type, or they didn't. I just think there's something about them that either kind of surprised you when you found yourself liking them and caring for them as much as you did. And there's a little mystery. There's a little warning with this card, but I'm okay with that because these other cards are just so positive and sweet and just positive. So yeah, let's get some more. Do they deserve you? How are you guys together? Like whether you were in a relationship or, I mean, I'm going to assume it was a relationship of some sort. Like, I mean, you could be reading about a friend. Does a friend deserve you? So I don't want to cut out a whole population of people listening to this video, but I'm just going to say, how were you guys when you were together? What was your dynamic like? Because I think, let's see here. This is going to help us determine how deserving they really are. Okay. Nine of Wands, definitely a little bit of an anxious. I mean, this is an interesting line. It's a little bit different. This is a card. I don't love the Swords. I don't love the Nine of Swords. It's anxiety. It's nightmares. It's stress. It's all the things that, just make us crazy and cause our insides to rot. This is a card of like isolation, needing things. These are both Swords cards and they're not great. We've got 8 and 9. So maybe I don't love this. The World, sure. It's completion. It's accomplishment. It's the beginning, the ending, it's good things. The World is a good card, but I'm caught because if I'm asking how you guys were when you were together, what was your dynamic like? I feel like there may have been an element of excitement to what you guys had. I think you had fun together, as in you did things. And I'm only basing that on the world card. Or you accomplished things. Maybe you worked together. Maybe I feel like there was definitely a sense of accomplishment when you were with this person. And I'm not sure what you accomplished or why you felt that way, but you kind of felt like, I don't know, like things were happening, like you were really actively partaking in something or doing something. However, I will say this doesn't go with what's up here. This would tell me that the question asked, how are you guys together? You felt isolated. You felt almost like scared, confused, anxious. I could throw a ton of bad words at this. So I don't know why you felt this way, even though the world card is positive. I don't know if oh God, I don't know. And if there's light in the unexpected, maybe they have a history, maybe they have a past, maybe there's something about them you can't put your finger on and it's causing you a level of stress. Maybe it's like someone from a different, I don't know, like religious background or family background, and you can't get past that, as in like maybe it's causing friction with your family, and so it's tapering into your relationship. Like, I don't want to say that this card means that this person isn't good, but something about when you were together was hard on you, and maybe it really did isolate you from your family. You couldn't share, maybe you couldn't tell everyone all the details of your relationship, or you had to kind of like live a little bit of a lie that gave you a lot of anxiety. So something about it wasn't completely on the up and up and really was hard on you. However, you might have really enjoyed them one-on-one, but there were like external influences maybe that caused a lot of pain for you, or made things very challenging, very difficult. And I just keep thinking that somehow it isolated you from your friends or family, or if this is a friend, then yeah, I don't know. Okay, let me find out what you loved about this, what you really liked about this person. So I'm going to do, and I have to say it out loud so many times, I've been forgetting the question. Okay, what do you really like about this person? I'm going to do 2 oracle cards and 3, oh my gosh, same cards all the time, same cards, and 3 cards here. What do you like about this person? Okay. What do you like about this person? All upside down, that's okay. Okay. I think you really like and respect this person, okay? I think you think they are, even if they're unexpected, even if they are like not ever what you expected or saw yourself dating or loving or caring so much about, they have definitely pleasantly surprised you, and you are very much like taken aback by them in a great way. And I think that I just think they make you feel good. I think they're very positive for you, as in they allow you to express yourself, and not just like in a relationship, not just talking about a relationship, but I think they just give you a confidence in general that you take with you throughout your day. I get that feeling, that they really just kind of lift you up, like you're just kind of lit by this person. And again, maybe they're different than people you date. Maybe you usually date someone who's like a type A and they're a type B, and this throws everyone else for a loop and they can't handle it and it stresses you out, but you're like, I really like this person. I don't need the type A. This person is awesome and we have a great time together, and like, screw you all. But yeah, I think this person seems very good for you, except you'd have to sort through whatever this influences. But what do you like about this person? I think they make you feel like the Empress, which I love, because that is a very just regal, bountiful, loving, feminine, ultra feminine energy. And anyone who makes you feel that way is just like heaven to be with. So I think that's great. I love that. 3 of Wands also, I just think they've got you thinking about things, you know, they've got your mind turning. They have you really thinking like, I don't know, is this in a good way? Like, is this right? Where are we going? Could this be someone I could be with? Like, maybe your past relationships, you were just kind of like dicking around, and now you're like, no, I like this person. I'm really thinking about them. And Daughter of Cups, I kind of like to see them as the Daughter of Cups. I think you like them because they have a bit of a Daughter of Cups energy to them. And this is like, I mean, if they're the Daughter of Pentacles and we like them for being the Daughter of Cups, they have a very, I'm going to say they have a very positive, gentle spirit. Okay. Like there's something very sweet and gentle about this person. Very kind, very intuitive, very easy to talk to. Just like, I don't know, just a very loving soul. There's something very sweet. And I'm still going to take these cards as like your relationship is affecting other people, or it's bothering or rubbing other people the wrong way. And this is causing you to be stressed or whatever. But I actually think this individual is quite lovely. But the question is, do they deserve you? And if you're asking that, maybe whoever is making you feel this way is influencing you to think like, you know, that they could never care for you or they could never provide. And maybe you want a family or you have a family and they can't live up to those expectations. I don't know, but I don't think that's for anyone else to decide. So based on that, I'm going to say, yes, they deserve you. Because I have nothing to go off of to say they don't. Obviously, I don't know anything about them, but based on these cards, they seem lovely. I just could say that over and over again. So yeah, and they make you feel very good, very strong, very capable, very much like in command. I think they give you, it's like they bring you out of a shell where no one else did. Maybe you've dated people who, I don't know, like talk down to you or make you feel like you're not enough or make you feel like your job or your education or whatever, like you should be doing more. I don't know. Whereas this person, I just feel like they talk you up. They just make you feel very good and confident. And so, yeah, hell yeah, they definitely deserve you. Okay. This was kind of a quick reading because I don't, when things are so like set and solid, I'm like, I just don't even know what else to say. I'm just going to get two cards from Spirit, and we're just going to do a good luck charm and then like a little word of warning. But yeah, I just don't even know what else to say for this reading beyond good things. And I think a picture's been painted. Well, we can ask about this card here. We can say, okay, I just derailed everything I just said. Let's ask Spirit how we can help these people see this person. How can we help them to see this person the way you do? So I'm going to pull 3 cards for that. I'm just going to go down the line here with one of these and 2 tarots. And yeah, let's see how we can help these people see this person the way you do. Okay. So fall in love with your own story. I mean, a part of me just thinks this is like, tell them to mind their own business, but that's not really what we asked. But if it's fall in love with your own story, maybe, I don't know, maybe really talk to them a little bit, not that they're going to want to hear it, but about how wonderful this person is, and let them see how happy they really do make you, and let them fall in love with this person the way you are, right? If you are indeed, like, or how much you love and care for them. Let them see what you see in this person. That's what I can take from this. And also let them know that you are your own person. And as much as you care and value their opinions, if you're happy and someone's treating you right, it's going to be pretty hard to walk away from that. Let them know that. And again, I am going to back up that second line I just said with this 7 of Wands, which is a standing your ground energy. And I do think you need to stand your ground and let them know that you're an adult, you're mature, you make good decisions. You're not like, you know, living in a tent in their backyard. Like, you have your life together. And so if this is someone you choose, you are standing your ground. And then, you know what? Let them know this is the Lover's card. Like, remind them, show them, like, you guys are a very loving couple. You're a real couple. You have all the things that very lovely, happy couples have. So if we asked, how do we help these people see or turn the situation around for you and ease your anxiety or whatever they're putting you through? Yes, just let them know very firmly why you love this person. You're not afraid to love this person, and that you really are in love with this person. It's a lot of love. And maybe you just really like this person and you're like, oh my God, this reading is so intense. I honestly have just gone on 2 dates with them. So if that's the case, I really don't know what to say, because that's not the energy I'm getting here. But I think you can pare this down and make it more relative for lighter situations. Maybe you would anticipate this energy coming off your family. I don't know. But yeah, this is my message. This is Spirit's message. And I will do what I said I was going to do, which is a good luck charm and a word of warning. And I just said this is my message, but this is my interpretation of the cards. But it really, I mean, I do believe fully that Spirit, these cards get turned over because Spirit chose these cards. I don't know how that works. I really don't, but I just know that there's something to it. So, and this is how I see the cards. Okay, good luck. The sacred flow of yes, great. And balance. She's come up every single reading we've done so far today. So I just think there's a theme here. Okay. Sacred flow of yes is a good luck charm. I would say that you just keep telling whoever wants to tell you otherwise that this is your choice. You've made your choice. You're happy. This is you. You're doing your thing. You're doing you. And you aren't going to, when they say, well, maybe you should just think about not being with this person, you're not going to be like, okay, I'll think about it. You'll be like, no, I want to be with this person. I'm not going to think about it. I'm telling you right now. That's that. And then balance, we'll just say keep everything in balance. Don't go crazy. Don't like run off and marry them. Just keep it all, keep yourself in check. Don't abandon your family or do to them what they did to you. You know, just take it slow. Take it slow. Okay, I hope this reading meant something to you. Let me know if it did. So far, not a single person has let me know if it does, but one day people will comment and let me know. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, if you liked it, how long was this reading? It was like not very long at all, like 18 minutes. Okay. I think we got our point across and really beautifully. So yeah, thank you very much. I'm done. Okay. Have a great night. Bye. As a side note, if you picked heat for this reading, I just lifted up the oracle cards, but I do think like maybe the heat's been turned up, the pressure's been turned up on you. And I think that might be why you picked heat. So that tracks. And I just like pointing out when things make sense. So, yeah, thanks for listening. Thank you really sincerely. Bye. Hello, this is Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and listening to my reading and letting me read for you. I will get right into it. We have a reading entitled, Do They Deserve You? Deserve is a funny word. I feel like only you know if someone deserves you. And probably very few people do, because that's just how it works. But we will just, enjoy this reading all the same. And I guess I think of this as like this, the theme is like the sun, and it's like, do they deserve your beautiful energy? Basically, the light you cast on them, are they deserving of this? So let's get into it. You picked beaming, and I'm going to do it the way I did for the other readings, which I really enjoyed. So let me shuffle these guys about and do what I did a second ago. Okay, so we're going to put down one of these guys, and we're going to flank it with 4 tarot cards to get an idea of who this person is. Okay, so we can figure out if they actually deserve you. And these are a bunch of upside down cards. Not reading upside downsies today. Okay. Father of Swords, Daughter of Swords, or Daughter of Wands, pardon me. 3 of Cups. And Nine of Wands. All right, let me just take this in. It always takes a minute. Always takes a minute. Nine of Wands, I'm going to go with resilience. Three of Cups, friendships. Father of Swords, Daughter of Wands. Step ahead is all you need. I think this person is I think they're very strong. I do see them as a very resilient, sharp, focused, determined person. I see them as the Father of Swords. Not sure yet about the Daughter of Wands. I think I get the impression they're big in business. I think they're quite successful. I think that they might be tough to like break the veneer of. Even though this is an emotional card and it's like friendship and connections, I somehow see this as like they're busy with business. They're communicating a lot in their business. They're building a lot of relationships. They're fostering a lot of partnerships. I just see them as kind of like I don't know why I say big kahuna. That's like such an old school term, but like, I think they're kind of a big deal. But I do think they have a kind of like a tough exterior. And I think work is very much a part of their life, even though there are no pentacle cards here. That's just a vibe I'm getting. Daughter of Wands. You know, it's literally every reading I had, this card came up in almost the exact same setting. And I'm going to say it the same way. I think that they are good at caring. I think there might be someone that they're caring for, or they're taking care of someone who I see as a Daughter of Wands. And what I mean by that is like, maybe they have a daughter, maybe they have a parent or a family member, someone they just really look after. And I think it's appealing. It softens them a little bit. And I think they give energy to this person. I mean, it could be an animal, but there's a part of them that I think shows a lot of love and care and protection towards someone who is a younger energy, maybe someone who kind of needs a little protection, someone who's a little careless or reckless or just spirited and young-hearted. And that doesn't mean that they're young necessarily. It could be a parent who just is getting a little, I don't know, senile. That's extreme. But I just see them as I do think that they have a very kind and loving side, at least towards this person. But yes, I think they are a thinker and they are no nonsense. And when I see the one step ahead is all you need, I just kind of think that's like their whole mantra, basically, that they're always a step ahead. You're not going to surprise this person. They're not going to like try to buy dinner and not have money in their bank account. Like this person they're on it. They are just, they're not fucking around, and you find that very attractive about them. I think you're very drawn to the type of like person they are, like maybe from a power standpoint, maybe they're nothing like you, maybe they're just like you, I don't know, but like either way, it's something you're drawn to. And beaming is the word we chose here, if I haven't said that. So I don't know, it's like they just have these light rays shining down. Okay, let me understand your dynamic. I'm not going to do an oracle. I'm going to do 3 cards. What was your dynamic like? I don't need to tell you that every card I'm pulling over has already come up because I've shuffled the hell out of these decks, but it is really funny how there's something about this reading where there's like a theme that's playing out, but yet every reading is very different. Okay. What was your dynamic like? I think you softened this person. I am going to see you as the Daughter of Pentacles here. I think that you help them to see things beyond that of, let's say, work, career, success, being one step ahead all the time, being such a planner, such a thinker, such a protector, such a relationship builder. Like, I just think that you showed them a little more fun, a little more of like an earthy calmness And I do think that you guys probably had a very, I think to you, this person was charming, but in a sweet, communicative way, not in a like over the top manipulative way. I think they softened themselves and were actually very like almost like cute with you. And when I say charming, I don't mean in this like Prince Charming way. I mean in this like, I don't know, like if they went to the kitchen and you had a plate on the counter, they'd be like, oh, do you want me to grab you your plate or something, like just like a little things that maybe they just would never think to do for someone else, except maybe the daughter of wands in their life. I think they did that for you. And I think they were very, or are, I don't mean to say everything in the past, communicative. And I like the Son of Cups. I like the cups a lot in general, but the Son of Cups to me is a very like romantic, loving, caring energy. And it's like they cared for you. You're their little, this is a fawn, and I just love fawns. And what your dynamic was like, I do think it was kind of multifaceted, because you did have these very sweet, loving moments, but then I also think you saw this side of this person and you probably got to be that for them too. So even though you could be someone they like cared for and kind of like coddled maybe at home, I think if you were out, you could also really play up other facets, like I don't know, accompanying them on like business meetings or dinners and just kind of being that other energy, and or meeting up with, I don't know, colleagues, business partners, clients, whatever, just that when you were out and about, when you were out of the house and there was like a little bit more of like an edge to things, like things had to get done, you had, I don't know, business errands to run, whatever it is. I just think you also played up that part as well. So I just think your relationship was multifaceted. I think there were a lot of dimensions to it, good, bad, otherwise, but I think it was definitely exciting. And if I'm just asking, like right off the bat, do they deserve you? I don't know. I have no bad vibes from them. I think they're very busy. I think they're very sweet to you, but I don't know if you're only getting them primarily in little snippets around the house, or I just don't know how much of them you're actually getting. I think this person's very focused, very determined, and very busy. Let's see. Let me get an idea. I mean, I do think they really care for you. I get that here. Let me find out. I want to know, how do you feel about this relationship? What are your thoughts on this dynamic? I'm going to do an oracle card and then two cards. So yeah, what are your thoughts here? This, and then I'm going to do this here to kind of bring it around a little bit. Okay. Interesting. So we've got two majors, and we'll just say make a mission statement for your soul. I think this relationship for you, I think it makes you think that you would really have to be you'd have to plan in this dynamic. Like this isn't someone that you're going to date and not know where it's going. I think if you're going to be with them, or if they're going to be with you, you have to really kind of like subscribe to their agenda, their lifestyle, their pace. And I just think you would have to really assert for yourself, spell out for yourself what you want and what you need. And you'd probably have to, if not communicate that, it would have to be known. You'd have to let that be known. And the Chariot and the Hierophant, I mean, they're both majors, so all major cards to me have like a level of intensity. But this is a definite momentum. There's a drive here. There's I've said the word intentional on all these readings so much, and I need to stop, but it's this intentional momentum. It's this like almost need or want to be like victorious, like to really assert yourself. And I think that you are getting to a point in this relationship where you are feeling like maybe you want to be less of the little sweet fawn daughter of pentacles and just be a little bit more of like a driver. You want more of a front row seat here, because I do think this person drives everything, and you probably, you want a piece of that. The Hierophant this person is definitely a Hierophant. They are That doesn't mean they're religious. It just means they are very, very structured. They're very disciplined. They probably do have a group identity in a way, like a fraternity-esque kind of blood to them, where they are building a success, an empire, a name for themselves, and they go places and show up for things where they have to kind of present themselves a certain way and like maintain that persona. So whether it is a lot of like client dealings, a lot of, I don't know. And I mean, that doesn't mean you could be in your early 20s and this could be like someone who's bartending, but it would still mean that they are somehow climbing some kind of a ladder, and there is a presence that they have to maintain, or they feel they have to maintain. And by maintaining it, whatever they're doing, they are becoming more and more successful every day or week. I think they're doing very well for themselves, even if that only comes through as them slowly building something. They are doing something. So let me get back to my initial question, which I can't honestly tell you exactly what it was, but I think it was basically like, what do you like about this relationship? Or what do you want from, I think it was what do you like, but it's almost more of like, what do you want from this relationship? I do think that I think this person is driving it quite a bit right now. And I do think you need to be, you need to be a little more proactive. And I don't know, this is just to me a card to kind of remind you, like, look, this person is the Hierophant. That's not going to change. So you have to like that. You have to embrace that. You're not going to change this dynamic. This is one of the strongest cards. This and the Father of Swords are the strongest cards on the table. And that really gives you an idea of who this person is. They're probably pretty cutthroat too. They're not going to, I don't know why. I don't even know what take any prisoners means, but like, I feel like that would work here. Like they're just, I don't know if that means they just like kill everyone that cuts everyone out if it doesn't work for them. But yeah, I think that's what it means. Like they're not going to keep you around if it doesn't serve them. And if they can tell that you're not being served by this, they don't want any, oh my God, where am I going with this? They don't want anyone dragging them down. Let's put it that way. And I don't know how I get all that from the Hierophant, because I feel like a lot of people wouldn't. But the Hierophant, it's almost like a scary person to me. Ooh, sorry. I think it's like, in the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's like kind of like a pope or like a very religious figure. But those figures to me now, they're scary. They're like because it's not a pope today, even though that is a terrifying person in a way. It's someone like, a pope from like the medieval times, where you're like, that person's just a control freak with a lot of control. So that's one way of looking at it. Okay, let's find out if they deserve you. I'm just going to ask point blank, does this person deserve you? Because that's why we're here. And these are interesting cards. Okay, do they deserve you? Let's see, because we got one of my favorite, not favorite cards. Favorite because it's such a message. Okay, we got the Three of Swords, which is, it's heartbreak, okay? That doesn't mean anything. Don't panic. We've got the Four of Swords, the Four of Wands, which is like a community, and we can call this card positive. And I like the Six of Cups. It's like a very sweet, simple pleasures card. Okay, do they deserve you? So whenever I see the heartbreak card in any question relating to a relationship, it's a no, okay? That's what this card tells me. These other cards here don't necessarily tell me no. They tell me that this person might not bring you the kind of happiness you seek. They might bring you maybe a sense of like community, or you might feel like everything's coming together with this person, but I don't know if you're actually going to find the deep, deep pleasure out of this union. I think that the real happiness the like real gut happiness might be harder to find or might not be there. But I do think you are going to find, you can find your person in this person. I think you can definitely find someone strong, someone loyal, someone devoted, someone interesting, someone who adores you. I think you can find all those things. I just don't know if they're ever going to bring you that level of simple pleasure, happiness that you want. I don't want to read into the heartbreak card too much. It's an icky card to pull over on this last line with the question, do they deserve you? I'm just going to say that this is a word of warning that it could bring you a little sadness, because I think it might not give you what you want. And I think, we know from looking at this person and getting a snapshot, I know this person. It is not someone I could date, because there is a level of intensity that comes along with this person that it can be a little hard to take. For me, I need someone, although I find this energy very attractive, for me, it's a hard person to actually date. And it probably does come down to the fact that you don't really get this from this person. So I'm just going to say that we're going to ask Spirit for one more word of advice here. Let's get 2 more cards to finish this off. Okay, we're going to put 2 more down for do they deserve you, because that's too much to end on. I don't want to end on that note. Okay. Ace of Wands and Judgment. So Ace of Wands is like, I have to blow this candle out because yesterday it got high like this and my smoke alarm went off and it was terrifying. Sorry, I love the candle. So 2 more cards for do they deserve you. Ace of Wands, Judgment. I feel like it's a judgment call. I think this person could show you a lot of things. I think they could open a lot of doors for you. I think they could make you feel a lot of, I think they could make you feel a lot. They could inspire you. They could drive you. They could be a big driving force in your life. They could probably open doors. I'm repeating myself, but I think they would give you a lot. I think they'd give you everything they could. And with Judgment, I'm actually going to say that I think they would really try to do right by a relationship with you. I feel like this person is a loyal, committed person, because a lot of people in business they have to be. If you're going to make all these business connections and have all these relationships, like with your clients and your colleagues, you have to be successful. You have to be someone who's pretty on the up and up. I mean, it's not to say that like business people out there are all perfect, but I just feel like this person does have a strong moral compass and they would try to do right by you. So that doesn't mean though that you might not on your own find a lack in this relationship. But from the question being, do they deserve you? Would they do right by you? And again, I'm not saying you should like marry this person or commit your life away. I'm talking about like, whatever your situation is. I think that, I think they do. I think they would want to give you everything they could. I think they care for you. I think they adore you. I think you could really soften them up even more than you already have. But they are always going to be the Hierophant, which is going to come, I think, your lack here is going to come from the fact that they are the Hierophant. And they're probably going to be the one in the driver's seat, even if you want to be. But yeah, if you can really communicate what you want and what you need from them, that's going to be a huge, huge boon to your relationship. So let's just get from Spirit final. I'm getting 1 card of a good luck charm, and then we're going to get like just a gentle word of warning. And then that's the reading. Then we're done. Okay, good luck charm, the good kind, and like a gentle word of warning. Overthinking can spoil the magic. So for a good luck charm, the good kind, you know what? I'm just going to say that this is a good one, okay? I'm going to say that you got a good one, okay? That's vague, but there's something that tells me like, yeah, this person's good. So the good kind. Maybe maybe you've got something here, and maybe you really can turn it into happiness. Overthinking can spoil the magic. That's another message that if it were me and I wanted to be with this person, I'd be very happy with this card, because you are essentially here because you're overthinking it. You're asking if they deserve you. That is probably overthinking it, although it is a great question. But yeah, maybe you just need to feel this out a little bit more, be a little bit more in control about what you want, be more conscientious of that, and just enjoy it and go with it and see where it goes. So yeah, I would say I'm getting all the signs that you should try this out and see where it goes. Okay. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I really enjoyed this reading, this topic, everything. So thank you very much, and have a great night. Feel free to comment, please. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Okay. Thank you. Good night. Hello. This is just a thank you. These thank yous always wind up being like 2 minutes. So I'm going to try to keep it to like, I don't know, 20 or 30 seconds. But thank you for listening. I had to blow my candle. I was afraid my smoke alarm would go off. That happened yesterday during a reading, and it was terrifying because it's not early in the day here. It's actually quite late at night. So it's a jarring experience for everyone when it does happen. But yes, this is like a fun hobby for me right now, and I just hope to make something of it. I just hope these readings, people listen to them and they mean something. And yeah, I mean, it would make me so happy if I just saw a comment where someone was like, yes, this spoke to me. I felt this, I got this. So if you are comfortable leaving a comment or subscribing or taking any action that feels good, please do, because it just gives me motivation to keep doing it. But yes, thank you for giving me any time you have. I really appreciate it. And I just wish you the best and hope I get to read for you again. So thank you so much. Bye.